Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. My name's Teresa and I'm the car boot crafter, and I've been in the craft room all day batch making cards. I've had a whale of a time, but my craft room is a mess. So I'm going to do one last batch, and then I'm going to have a bit of a tidy up. So I'm making 4 cards in one go, and I'm using some A4 plain paper, plain card should I say, as a base, and all I've done is cut it in half on the long side. So there was my A4, just cut it in half like that, and I've done 2 because we do 4 at a time together like that. So I'll pop those to one side, and all you do is very simply fold it in half like that. And that gives you your A6 card, which I'm starting to use more for, mainly because it's easier to make, but it also goes through the post really easy as well at that size. Then I'm using, do you remember these? I think they were in Poundland a year or 2 ago. 100 pieces of cardstock for £1. From Creativity Inspired, and they're 4x6, and I think I've got about 4 or 5 packs of these, quite a lot, because I bought some myself and then people gifted me some as well. So I thought it'd be great to use some of these up, and I have made a dent. There still looks quite a lot there, but that was 100 sheets, and we've gone down a little bit. So yeah, so I'm trying to do like an autumnal theme. So I definitely want green, and we're going to be doing 4 cards in one go. So watch how quick you can do this. So I want the yellow, and I'm thinking this time I'm going to use the blue, because I've used the red a few times, but I think I'm going to use the blue this time. So I'm going to pop that to one side so they're out the way. And then what you do is you stack them together like that, making sure that one end is really level. Then grab something like a bulldog clip. Actually, I'm going to do the other end because that's a little bit bent on that corner. So grab something like a bulldog clip and clip all of them together. And then measure your paper, your card. So this is just over, this is a 4 1/8 by 5 and not quite 5 1/4, just over 5 1/4, but not yeah, that's an odd one. Just over 5 1/4. So I'm going to cut this. So this is 4 inches, so I'm going to cut that down ever so slightly. But first of all, so that was 5, just over 5 3/4. So I'm going to cut it just under 5 3/4. Now this one hasn't got, well, it has, but it's not too easy to read. So I'm going to 5, and that's about 7/8, and I'm just going to cut that out. No, it's not. 5 6/8. So I'll cut that off, so it's just a little bit, and then I'm just going to move that across, and I'm just going to take a slither off. So that's 4 inches, so I'm going to 4, and actually if I turn it that way that might be easier, 4 7/8 on that. So it's not the easiest trimmer when you're doing anything between, you know, the quarters. So there we go, and that is a nice mat, nice size mat for on my card like that. But we're going to do a little bit more to it than that. So I've got my clip holding it tight, and then I'm going to put it back in the trimmer, all 4 of them. I've got all my 4 colours there. I'm going to pop it back in the trimmer, and I'm going to take it to 2 7/8. I know 2 7/8 is really awkward, but unfortunately it's just the way the maths worked out. And then cut it, and that should be half. So those 2 are now about half of that border. So I'll, oh no I don't, I'll keep that. So now actually if I do the green side you can probably see it better, because the blue against that blue is probably not the best, is it? So now what I want to do is I want to do a diagonal cut from this corner to that corner and from this corner to that corner, and I lay my papers down so I know that. So I'm going to go from this corner to that one, so I'm going to move my bulldog clip out the way. It also reminds me that it's across that way. And then I'm going to pop it back in my trimmer. I'm just going to line it up. So I want that corner and that corner on this edge here. So just line it up like that. And then slice it down. And you get that. And take my bulldog clip off that one because I need to pop it on this one now. So let's pop it on there. Now, because I've gone from that corner to that corner, I now want to go from this corner to this corner, so that we start in the same area, so it goes across this way. So I'm going to pop it in my trimmer so that I've got that corner and that corner. Actually, because this is double-sided card, it doesn't matter hugely if you miscut it, because you can just flip it over. Right, there we go. And I've just cut that one. I can now put my trimmer out the way. Like that. So now I've got, let's take that off. I've got a stack of 4 that are cut in that way. Okay, so now what we're going to do is lay them out like that, and we're going to mix them up. So all I do is lay them across like that, then bring my next one in, and that would normally go there, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go across one so that we end up with slightly different. And that blue one I'm going to bring over here, and then I'm going to bring this one in. So I don't want it to go with the green, so I'll go across to the next one, and then I'll come back to the beginning and lay them down. Then I've got my last stack, so again I've got the green one here, so I'll go to the next one along, then come back to the beginning and do that. And now we have 4 sets of 4 papers, and they should all be different. How easy was that? Grab your card blank, bring it in with some glue, and just glue it on the front. How simple and easy is that? That is just so simple. So I'm going to show you what I've been doing, the ones I've been doing for this afternoon. So just glue them on. I won't do all of them on camera. I'll finish them off after I finish this. I'm going to just show you how I do this one. So that one, and all you do is butt it up like that, and you start to get your I don't know, what would you call it? It sort of comes from that point in the corner. It's not quite, it's not a starburst card, is it? But it's kind of, it reminds me a little bit of the starburst cards that I've done before, because it all comes from that same corner there. Right, last one, and I'm doing this quickly. I did take my time with the others, which is why I'm not going to do all of them, all 4 of them, because I want to take my time and get them straight. So that's on there. So that's my card front ready to go. I'm just going to stack these, whoops, like that, out the way. And you could also, so if you didn't like the way that one was stacking, you could always swap the two around, and then you've got your point on the other side. So I mean, it's worth having a play with them. I don't want to stack them one on top of each other. I don't want to get them mixed up. So let's pop them there like that. So I've got that, and then I've just die cut some these are, what are they? They're like a well, they are a leaf, but what sort of leaf is I'm not quite sure. And I've got this one as well, this die that matches the shape. So what I've done with this is I got my my vintage photo inks out, and I was inking it round the edge like this. So I went all the way round, and the thing is, because this paper is quite a neutral, well, this card is quite a neutral, it still looks a bit flat. So what I did was I just crumpled it up. Just crumpled it up a little bit like that. And then once I'd crumpled, and what I did was I kind of got the crumple to start at sort of, let me just show you on the little one, starting from here. So it kind of radiated from the bottom there, and then just crushed it like that, opened it out, and then came back in with my inks, and that gave it much more of a kind of autumnal 3D look. And then I just kind of folded it over to do my inking so that it caught the ink really well like that. So you got more of a kind of leaf look, I thought. It's like the veins of the leaf on there. And then where I wanted a bit more, I just bent it and did a bit more. So I just had a play, which was great fun, because I don't often get a chance to just play and experiment with inks. So yeah, because I don't use them as much as I used to. So there's one, and I think that looks quite good. I really like that. I'm just going to pinch that and do the top. There. I'm going to do the same with this one. So let's ink round the outside like that to start off with. And then let's do some crumpling and some pinching and some little bit of folding. And if it goes off in different directions or not quite the way I want it to, then I wasn't too fussed with it, because I can always go back in and pinch it and do a bit more. So you can't see the where I've pinched it or the folds, so bit of ink on there, and that really just catches that edge and brings it, I think, to life. It's a bit grungy, a bit vintagey, but those are the styles I quite like. So yeah, just having a play. And then last one I'll do really quick. Like that, and then again I'm just going to fold it in half and then fold along that line and that one, and let's pinch it there and again there, and I just think it gives it, you know, because we're coming up to autumn, it gives it that kind of autumn look in terms of an old leaf that's maybe fallen from the tree and has been kicked around a bit, you know. So then let's get rid of my inks. So that was vintage photo. Then I kind of had a play as to where I wanted it on here. So a little bit of a play, and I decided I didn't want the whole of this, so I just pinched that bit off like that, and then glued everything down. Simples. And because I'd done it as batch making, it went really quick. It really did. This is me just doing the one. It wouldn't take me much longer to do all 4 in one go, because I've done all my cutting and everything, and actually it was the die cutting that probably took a bit longer than anything. So if you were using something else other than your dies, then that would probably be quicker yet. So there we go. And then I decided, where do I want to pop this? So I want it there. Might put it, turn it round. Can I do it there? I think I'll put it at the top there for a change. A little bit on that little leaf. I don't want too much on this because it is vellum, so we all know how vellum can be. So, and there it is. And all I need to do now, because I'm batch making, I'm not doing it for a particular purpose. So when I'm looking for a card for a birthday or a thank you or whatever, I can just grab one of these and I can then just add the sentiments to it. So yeah, I've done a few of them, as you can see. And while I was doing those, I also thought, wouldn't they make great Christmas cards? So I also did some batch making on the Christmas cards. These are, oh, where's that pack gone? These are the Christmas wishes. Oh, there goes. Told you the room was a mess. These are the Christmas moments papers, which I've done, and just chopped them up in exactly the same way as I've just done that. And then I've used a sentiment from another pack that I've got. Was it from? Let's have a look. Yes, it's the Hobby Crafts Christmas 6x6 pack that I used for the sentiments. Just chopped them up, put them on some mirror card with a little bit of ribbon, and those are some Christmas cards ready to go. I am loving batch making. It is a great way to get loads of cards done and made for whatever reason. I mean, Christmas we do send a lot out, don't we? Oh, let me just show you. Remember I said about changing the top to the bottom? That's how I've changed the direction on that. All I've done is, let me move that out the way. So all I've done is, so that is that direction. So all my points are here, coming up and joining here, and then all you do is swap them around and you get that direction where all my points meet over here. So have a play. I think it's a great little cut. I think it's a really great way of batch making cards and having some interest. And you can keep your papers as plain as you like, or you can make them really patterns like that. Anyway, I am going to stack these like that. I'm going to grab my other A6 papers, card bases, and I'm going to carry on and finish these off. If you do any of these, let me know. And yeah. Oh, and if you're new to the channel, really appreciate it if you considered subscribing, commenting, or hitting that like button down below. Really appreciate it. Anyway, I'll see you all soon. Take care. Bye for now.